Hi guys, Blake here with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on Lake Taneycomo. It is Sunday, July the 25th, and I'm going to do the one cast for you today. So today, I've boated up here. I am going to be starting right below Andy Williams' house here. And they are running 40 megawatts right now, which is equivalent to, I don't know, 3/4 of a unit, maybe just a touch more. So, not quite a full unit. And I am going to throw a 1/32 ounce jig today. I've got a sculpin and peach with a sculpin head, 1/32 ounce on 2-pound line. That's on a lightweight 6-foot rod. And we're just gonna drift. Oh, I touched something funny there. Alright. We're just gonna drift down the shallow side. The humidity is really high and the heat index is really high today. It's probably only 92 degrees, but it feels closer to 100 even with the cloud cover, even though the cloud cover is making it feel just a touch nicer right now. Here in about 30 or less minutes, they're going to bump the water to 3 units for 4 hours, and then they're going to turn it back down to this half unit. Today was kind of a surprise. We all kind of thought the water was going to be turned off again, but instead they decided to run this little less than 1 unit flow here. Nothing officially on the first cast. So let's see, some browns or brown trout are showing up this week. Kind of most of them that I know of have been caught up here in the trophy area, but Captain Tony Lilley had a trip out this morning, or Lilley. Tony, if you watch this, apologize, I still don't remember how to pronounce your last name correctly. But anyway, he had a trip out this morning, and they were drifting, I want to say they were somewhere in the area of the Narrows, and landed a 9.5 pound brown trout on an egg fly, I believe. And I don't know when the big brown was caught last night, and if Phil got to talk about it on the one cast, but Captain Robbie Dotson had a trip out last night, and I believe they were also in the Narrows area of the lake, somewhere just below me probably, and they caught a 30-inch 12-pound behemoth of a brown trout on a scud. And I actually just passed Robbie Dotson, and he was out on a trip. He said the bite was slow, and that is what Blake Harris said, Captain Blake Harris. I just talked to him right before I talked to Robbie. They both said that the fish just haven't quite turned on yet this afternoon. And they're both, look like they were both drifting scuds and egg patterns. Blake was drifting below the trophy area, and Robbie was right above it. But Robbie just told me that they had a really big rainbow hooked up, but that it came off. So I was gonna come up and play around with scuds and eggs, but both the guides that are out doing it right now said it's kind of slow, so I went with my other favorite thing to do whenever the water's running this slow, and that's throw a 1/32 ounce jig. And so I've started off right below Andy Williams' eddy here. I'm working this kind of deepish water over here against the bank. And once I get down to the golf course and where the flat starts, I think I'll turn around and fish kind of towards the middle, but keep the boat drifting on the shallow end. See if we can pick up some fish in the deeper water. Captain Doty had a trip last night, and he said that with the half unit flow that was going on, that the night bite was incredible and they caught a ton of fish. I could totally be throwing a 16th ounce jig right now too, especially once you turn around to fish the deeper water, but I really like, I don't know, I just like throwing these lighter jigs whenever I can get away with it. But I definitely wouldn't be throwing any heavier than a 16th ounce right now. That's just my preference. I know Captain Tony told me the other day they had a good jig bite up here in the trophy area when the water was off, but they were throwing 1/8 ounce jigs. So I guess it all really just depends on how you work it, but I have in this last week, and I don't know what's causing it, but I have in this last week seen quite a few pictures online of brown trouts being caught. I know Captain Blake Harris, just a few nights ago, they landed a real nice 23-inch brown. And that sun is coming back out, and it is hot. I think we're supposed to be real in the hot and humid side of things for the next few days, and I think at the end of the next week there's some rain coming to cool everything off a little bit. So far, the bite is extremely slow. I don't think I've had one yet. I'm breaking in one of our brand new bass boats. They're starting to show up, and this is the one I'm setting on right now. All of our new bass boats will have the Minn Kota Ultrix trolling motors on the front of them with the spot lock function. I'm going to try, I've officially gotten onto the flat here before the golf course. I'm going to try just a couple casts over there in this super skinny water and see if there's anything setting over there, but with how high the sun is and everything, I have a feeling they're going to be maybe more over here in the deeper water behind me. A little bit of shade over there. There might be a couple hanging in that. Okay, let's turn the camera around and fish this deeper water over here. Whew. So with the 1 unit flowing, I'm going to have to let this 1/32 ounce sink just a touch longer out there in the middle. But once it gets down to the bottom, you don't have to work it much slower. Might have been a bite. My line kind of moved in a funny direction there. It almost looked like it wanted to rain a few times today. Some dark clouds would roll over and then they wind for a second and then the sun pops back out. I think Captain Steve Dickey, I think they drifted some night crawlers right below Fall Creek today. They came back with a nice limit of fish for the clients. He said he thinks that some of these bigger fish that have been up here in the trophy area kind of moved down out of the trophy area. I think Phil's gonna do a water quality test here soon. We're thinking that maybe the oxygen levels are starting to get to that point of the year where the oxygen levels are dropping, and that can affect the activeness of the fish, and it can also affect how well they revive. It almost seemed like maybe they've already turned the water up. It's looking like it's getting a little faster. I think I just heard thunder. Oh my gosh, there are fish in this lake. Finally talked one into it. I'll tell you what I did forget. I forgot to put a net in this brand new boat. Ah. Nice. Stop that. Oh my gosh. Nice healthy rainbow there. Come on, buddy. He's definitely feisty. He doesn't seem like he's low on oxygen. I like to make sure when I'm fishing a two-tone jig that my colors don't get too mangled together here. And if I was out here fishing for longer, I'd probably play around with which one was working better, the 16th or the 132nd, because in this kind of flow it could be either one, but that 132nd might be getting down just a little lower, a little faster, and I don't know. It's something I would definitely change between the two and figure out which one I thought was working better. There ain't no fish in this lake. That looked like HP, the owner of Scotty's Trout Dock. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to agree with the consensus right now that the bite is slow. We're coming up on the beginning of the Narrows right now. Oh, with 1 unit of water, if you pull your motor all the way up out and set your trolling motor high, you can drift over this. But oh my Lanta, there is a big fish below me. I'm not sure what attracts big fish to one area at some certain time of the year, but the Narrows seems like there's certain times where there's just multiple big fish hanging out around it. Somebody was telling me that yesterday they were out here. I want to say it was Captain Harris. But yesterday they were out here in the afternoon. They said about 3:30 was when the bite turned on for them. I've got my big motor trimmed up already. And I am going to pull the boat kind of closer to the flat part of the gravel bar here. I'm going to try to fish this jig right on the other side of it and see if I can't find something here. And this water here is so shallow that you do not have to let this 1/32 ounce jig sink. You can just work it back pretty quick. I think I'm going to take a few more casts and we're going to call it an episode today. Maybe later this evening would be a better time. I know the guides have been saying that when they go from that no flow or this, slower flow to that 3 units, that the scud bite seems to pick up pretty well. So maybe here in about an hour after that water's kicked in and some of the moss has drifted down, maybe that scud bite will turn on and be pretty good. I can see some fish rolling on the bottom here, eating what would appear to be scuds. Oh, that was a bite. Oh, I can't be missing bites when I'm getting so few. There he is. gosh, they are feisty today. They're making me rip the hair out of my jig. There's another well colored up. Oh gosh, darn it. Well colored up rainbow. I don't know how much hair I have left after those last two fish. Holding onto the jig as hard as I can, and they're still ripping it out of my hand. Cast in that pocket over there. When you're fishing slower pockets like the one in front of me along the side of Eagle Island here, you can slow the boat down with your trolling motor to kind of match the slower speed of that pocket and work it effectively. Alright guys, I've had enough of the sun for this 30-minute segment, so we thank you guys for watching. Like and share us on Facebook, and we will do it again for you tomorrow. Thanks guys.